Philip Hammond has been quite interesting to watch because he was obviously a Remainer, so he campaigned for the Remain camp during the referendum. And then obviously, so like, you know, joined the cabinet, we knew how he felt. And at first there were, I think, reports, until about Christmas of sort of tensions in the cabinet between him and between the hard Brexiteers. Then he calmed down. We didn't hear much about it, like, not much, like, you know, he just sort of decided to shut up, presumably. And then just since the election, we've had this, you know, sort of like new re-energized Philip Hammond. And I do wonder if it may not be the fact that, you know, there was this assumption before the election that, you know, what the public wanted, at least, you know, the 52%, but even beyond that, what people wanted actually was a hard Brexit, a clean Brexit, as the Brexiteers call it. But the election has shown that, you know, basically there was a massive swing of Remain voters to Labour, for example, you know, from the Conservatives to Labour. And so it may well be this idea that actually, you know, deciding to say that the hardest of Brexit is not the only option is not electoral suicide anymore, and it may actually be, you know, what the Tories need to do. So I think that he now feels that he can sort of like unleash himself and really say what he thinks, because it, you know, it is now more likely that we are not headed towards a hard Brexit.
More likely, although we're still kind of reading the tea leaves, is the Hammond crowd have the upper hand on the David Davis crowd, the Brexit minister who's in favour of a harder Brexit?
I don't know. At the end of the day, I do suspect that it will end up being a hard Brexit because, you know, they will be, you know, so David Davis, we know what he wants and we know that he is in charge of negotiations, and then Parliament will get a final say on the deal. But it will very much be, you know, either take this deal or we'll fall back on World Trade Organization rules, which would be a disaster for the United Kingdom, even though Theresa May has said in the past that no deal is better than a bad deal. So I think that as long as Theresa May and David Davis decide to hold their nerve and basically sort of like ignore the opposition, even among the cabinet, I'm not sure what this opposition, the soft Brexiteers, can do, really. So it's more likely, I think, but it's still not likely.